The bonfire. Oh, let's go up the hill and scare ourselves, as reckless as the best of them tonight, by setting fire to all the brush we piled, with pitchy hands to wait for rain or snow. Oh, let's not wait for rain to make it safe. The pile is ours, we dragged it, bough on bough, down dark converging paths between the pines. Let's not care what we do with it tonight. Divide it? No, but burn it as one pile, the way we piled it, and let's be the talk of people brought to windows by a light, thrown from somewhere against the wallpaper. Rouse them all, both the free and not so free, with saying what they'd like to do to us, for what they'd better wait till we have done. Let's all but bring to life this old volcano, if that is what the mountain ever was, and scare ourselves. Let wildfire loose, we will, and scare you too. And scare you too? The children said together. Why wouldn't it scare me to have a fire begin in smudge with ropey smoke and know that still, if I repent, I may recall it, but in a moment not a little spurt of burning fatness, and then nothing but the fire itself can put it out, and that, by burning out and before it burns out, it will have roared first and mixed sparks with stars, and sweeping round it with a flaming sword, made the dim trees stand back in wider circle. Done so much, and I know not how much more. I mean, it shall not do if I can bind it. Well, if it doesn't, with its draft bring on a wind to blow in earnest from some quarter, as once it did with me upon an April. The breezes were so spent and the winter blowing, they seemed to fail the bluebirds under them. Short of the perch their languid flight was toward, and my flame made a pinnacle to heaven, as I walked once round it in possession. But the wind out of doors, you know the saying, there came a gust. You used to think the trees made winds by fanning, since you never knew it blow, but that you saw the trees in motion. Something or someone watching made that gust. It put the flame tip down and dabbed the grass of overwinter with the last tip touch. Your tongue gives salt or sugar in your hand. The place it reached to blackened instantly. The black was all there by daylight. That and the merest curl of cigarette smoke, and a flame slender as the hepaticas, bloodroot and violets so soon to be now, but the black spread like black death on the ground. And I think the sky darkened with a cloud, like winter and evening coming on together. There were enough things to be thought of then, where the field stretches towards the north, and setting sun to Heilebrook I gave it, to flames without twice thinking where it verges upon the road, to flames too, though in fear they might find fuel there, in withered brake, grass its full length, old silver goldenrod, and alder and grapevine entanglement, to leap the dusty deadline. For my own, I took what front there was beside. I knelt and thrust hands in and held my face away. Fight such a fire by rubbing, not by beating. A board is the best weapon if you have it. I had my coat, and oh, I knew, and said out loud, I couldn't bide the smother, and heat so close in, but the thought of all, the woods and town on fire by me and all. The town turned out to fight for me, that held me. I trusted the brook barrier, but feared the road would fail, and on that side the fire died not without a noise of crackling wood, of something more than tender grass and weed, that brought me to my feet to hold it back, by leaning back myself, as if the reins were round my neck and I was at the plow. I won, but I'm sure no one ever spread another color over a tenth the space that I spread coal black over in the time it took me. Neighbors coming home from town couldn't believe that so much black had come there, while they had backs turned that it hadn't been there when they had passed an hour or so before, going the other way and they not seen it. They looked about for someone to have done it, but there was no one. I was somewhere wondering where all my weariness had gone and why I walked so light on air in heavy shoes, in spite of a scorched 4th of July feeling. Why wouldn't I be scared remembering that? If it scares you, what will it do to us? Scare you? But if you shrink from being scared, what would you say to war if it should come? That's what for reasons I should like to know. If you can comfort me by any answer. Oh, but war is not for children, it's for men. Now we are digging almost down to China. My dears, my dears. You thought that. We all thought it. So your mistake was ours? Haven't you heard, though, about the ships where war has found them out? At sea, about the towns where war has come? Through opening clouds at night with droning speed? Further o'erhead than all but stars and angels? And children in the ships and in the towns? Haven't you heard what we have lived to learn? Nothing so new, something we had forgotten. War is for everyone, for children too. I wasn't going to tell you, and I mustn't. The best way is to come uphill with me and have our fire and laugh and be afraid.